Great, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Adelaide Nori, and I am the Digital Media Specialist intern for this summer. And Nikki, you said to be creative, so here is my summer internship yearbook. Scrapbook. So, hello, I am from Wilmington, Delaware. I have been working in the KOP office this summer. I'm a rising junior at Ithaca College where I major in television, photography, and digital media production. Some experience before Click is I've been a reporter for Ithaca College Television's Newswatch, as well as an entertainment analyst, as you can see the picture up there, as well as I have run the social media account for Pliables Wilmington, Delaware. And a little brag of mine is that these two boxes on the bottom, you can see this is when I first got the account a year and a half ago. It was ranging at about an average of 1,000 accounts viewing the profile every month. And now I've grown it to about 20,000 on average per month, which is pretty cool. So, a little day in my life. I'll give a little brief description about my responsibilities, but honestly, I'm going to touch a lot more on this later in my presentation, so we can go on to the next slide. So, what is Click Learning? Basically, Click Learning is a platform that enhances user experience by teaching how to use Click products more effectively to get stronger results. So I'm a part of the 5-person media team, which means that we're making all of the videos that go onto the Click Learning platform. Something that's kind of cool about our team is that we are supporting the initiative that Click has. So Click has a new idea, we make a video for it, we are actively supporting these initiatives, which makes my impact really interesting. So how do I? So the first things, in order for me to make a video, it starts off with a ticket raised on Smartsheet. I open up that ticket, it just means a request. Open up that ticket and I get a link in the comments to find the screen captures and the script. From there, I go over the script, look over any animation that I might need. Then Sam on my team, shout out to Sam, he is doing all of the narration for us, all the voiceovers. So I get those files from Sam, and then I begin my animation. And if there is any needed, from there, I begin syncing the audio and the screen captures together, and I add motion graphics or MOGRTs. Those can be any kind of highlight, any kind of text that comes onto the screen. And then from there, I fine tune and I send it to my media services team. They give me feedback. I send more passes of it. And then from there, once we get to a pass that we like, I then upload it to SharePoint and post the link in the comments of Smartsheet. And from there, I get feedback from stakeholders. And these steps can repeat a couple of times depending on how much feedback there is, but eventually I get approved, I create captions, and the most important step is to always update storm tracking. Maybe wondering what that is. My team has an Excel sheet called Video Storm Tracking with your local meteorologist, Sam, and I think that's so funny. And that's basically where we keep all of our files, put them together, keep them organized. And here are some tools that I used, but you might be wondering, what does this editing look like for me? Well, oops, there we go. So how do I create a Click Learning video? So here you can see 4 different timelines as they appear. So each of these little boxes is like a separate thing, whether it's a video, an audio, a highlight. So while they all look kind of similar, they actually each represent a different video, specific video. So this would be the before, and this would be the after. So here are some projects that I've been working on, a little feature of them. You can also see on the left the projects by the titles. Something that's really important to note here is that I have 2 different kinds. We have in-product content, which means that a user will actually find these videos in the product, making it super convenient and easy for use. And we also have the Move to Cloud initiative, which is something that I've been able to help with, which has been really awesome. Some reminders when you're editing videos is to always cover the years and names, because if you don't cover the years, our videos may seem dated. There's a lot of issues with that, and covering names for privacy is really important. And also, you can't hear it right now, but all of these videos that you're watching would actually be syncing up to the voiceover audio typically, which is kind of cool. So if it says like, click this, I would then click that. And then here's After Effects. So this is a intro and outro sequence that I was able to create, which was an absolutely amazing experience for the new Click trials. And here is this. It was such an amazing experience to have experience with After Effects in general. I didn't have much before this, and I definitely immediately got into it and made the most out of it. I mean, this is pretty cool that I was able to create this. And this one actually hasn't been able to be seen yet. So my team hasn't even seen this yet, but I've been working on this for the past week. And here are some animations that I've been making It's been a lot of fun. It is a long process, but it is so rewarding being able to say, I made that. That is the coolest thing for me, knowing that that's something that came out of my own hands. In total, I have made over 16 minutes worth of published videos with my summer so far. That's not including that last video you just saw. That's not even on there yet. So who knows how long that's going to be. But that's a really cool experience knowing that I personally have that on this platform. And there definitely have been some challenges. So for me, one thing is that when I'm making these videos, I have to make sure I'm abiding to the brand guidelines. Part of that is making sure the colors are correct. So I was thinking, okay, if I like this color that I see in the brand guideline, I'll then find my little pen tool, click it, make sure the color is correct, and then drag it onto mine. But that's kind of an annoying process to deal with. So instead, I actually made these two graphics here that have all of the hex codes on there. So I can just copy them and paste them right in and avoid this entire process. Additionally, like I said before, we have to block out the years to not date our videos. So you can see here, it's going to restart in 1 second. And this is the screen capture that I was given. It has the 2025 originally, but that has to go. So all of those individual brown boxes right there are a different position that I had to cover up the 2025s. And here you go, that's the end result right there. So that was, it took a long time, but it was so worth it in the end. And some key takeaways. So obviously Click is a global team. My 5-person team, actually, we have someone in Brussels, we have California, Chicago, and one other person in Pennsylvania, but all different time zones. And I have never had to deal with that before. So figuring out how to organize, we had a lot of meetings at 11 a.m. because that just seemed to work really well for our team. And that was something that is a really cool experience for me to have to take forward with me. Also, project management. Oftentimes, I was juggling 3, 4 projects at one time at all different parts of the process, through quality assurance or actually through the editing. And so that was an experience that is super helpful. Giving constructive feedback was something that was also amazing for me. In my media services group chat, we would always send feedback, get feedback, and figuring out a way a way to effectively give feedback is an important part of any process. And I definitely learned a lot from that. And honestly, After Effects, I've spent so many hours now on After Effects, which I can't say before the internship started. And it is something that I am so grateful for my team for teaching me the ropes. And they've been nothing but supportive. And I'm so grateful for that. But now I can say I've actually made something that's published. And that is the coolest thing for me. So some other highlights for me was joining the Women in Tech ERG. I got to meet with the leadership team, was absolutely amazing. We had the Clifton Strengths Assessment session where I got to learn my top 5 strengths. I'm winning others over, surprise, surprise. And also we have the interns have been amazing to work with. I have bi-weekly sessions with the CSO interns, and it's really cool to hear about how different everyone's experience has been and the projects that they're working on. That was a really interesting thing. Emma name dropped me earlier, so I'll say Emma and I, we did a skill swap where I wanted to learn how to write copy and she wanted to learn how to use Adobe Premiere. And so we took a couple hours and were able to train each other and really get the most out of this experience, which was super critical for my learning. And then learning. So coffee chats were extremely helpful with just figuring out where I want to go in my career, as well as the business school. That is a great resource that I'm so grateful to have. That was a really cool experience for me to have. So thank you to my team, of course, Dave, Sam, Jan, Olivia, Lyric, and Nikki. You guys have been amazing too. I'm so grateful for you guys organizing this program. I had an absolutely amazing experience and just a lot of fun, genuinely. My fellow interns, thank you so much for supporting me, just being a shoulder to just a person to talk to. I don't know. It's been amazing having you all there. And the Click Learning team in general, you guys have all been great. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, here it is.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Great presentation, Adelaide. Any
Thank you.
questions, comments for Adelaide?
I'm Adelaide's manager, Dave. And I just wanted to say, first of all, amazing job, Adelaide. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, that really sort of in a 5 minutes crystallized everything that we do. Um, just a shout out to the Gen Click program. I'm a huge Lyric and Nikki fan. I think you guys do a great job. You guys make it so easy for us to be able to participate in the program. So really appreciate it. I guess I'll just say that, I think what's important about this program is that it it sort of works in both directions. It's great for us to be able to, again, bring in that young, fresh talent, have a fresh set of eyes, have somebody to help us with the projects that we have to accomplish. But I think it's also important for interns because they get the experience. My biggest thing is always wanting to make sure that when we have interns on board, that when the internship is over, that they've walked away with some new set of tools. And I think you've heard Adelaide has learned a lot here, After Effects and everything like that. And so that makes me feel good knowing that she's going back to college with having learned, these new set of schools. She's made an impact on our organization, but we've also made an impact on her. I think she's got experience on actually, learning what it's like to actually work in an office, which is something that not everybody's getting nowadays. So I think that's important. But I think overall, it just kind of works in both directions, and I'm kind of proud of that. So again, thank you to Lyric and Nikki and Adelaide. It's been great having you. We're looking forward to the last week, and yeah, we'll just kick some butt.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.